TheJamies.net.
Bonaire is a small island country located in the southern Caribbean Sea, north of Venezuela, that is known for its snorkeling, scuba diving, and warm weather. Together, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao are known as the ABC Islands. In this video, we'll provide an overview of our December 2022 visit to Bonaire, when our ship, the Holland America Rotterdam, docked in the capital city of Kralendijk, and we rented a car to explore some of the island's southerly attractions. Just a quick note that if you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. It really helps our channel. And consider subscribing so you get alerted when we add new videos. Before our cruise, we booked a one-day rental car with Hertz, which was located at a beach resort that was about a 10-minute walk from the cruise port area. We also downloaded the free Maps.me mobile app and the app's offline maps for the ABC Islands. The offline maps provided detailed navigation tools and turn-by-turn directions, even without an internet connection. After arriving in port and picking up our rental car, we drove toward the southerly end of Bonaire via Kaya International and EEG Boulevard. Along the way, we noticed numerous walls and buildings adorned with interesting and colorful graffiti. We made a brief stop at the Hotel Esmeralda, which the locals call the Ghost Hotel, to get a closer look at some of the graffiti and street art. As we continued our drive, the weather suddenly turned from overcast to an extremely heavy downpour, and some of the street areas began to have minor flooding. We pulled over for some of the heaviest rain and were relieved we rented a car instead of some of the other transportation options we had considered. After a roughly 20-minute leisurely drive from the rental car office, we arrived at the salt pans and the weather started to improve. The southwest coast of Bonaire has a long history of salt harvesting, which historically used slave labor for the work. Nowadays, Cargill salt uses a mechanized harvesting operation, and the salt is transported by conveyor from the salt pans to the pier, where it's loaded onto waiting ships. Free samples of the salt were available in boxes located at the guard shack near the facility's gated entrance. Today, the legacy of slavery in Bonaire is remembered through the preservation of several historical sites located along the southerly coast of the island. We visited some of the sites, including obelisks and small huts that were painted in the colors of Dutch culture: red, white, blue, and orange. The obelisks were used as navigational shore markers to guide ships coming to load salt. And the small huts were used as extremely rudimentary slave quarters. Continuing our drive, we came to an area known for spotting wild flamingos just a couple of minutes later. The area is home to a protected flamingo sanctuary, which is one of the largest breeding grounds for flamingos in the Southern Caribbean. Although access was restricted, we were able to observe the wild flamingos from a distance. Just a couple of minutes later, we stopped for a few minutes at Bonaire's first lighthouse, which was constructed in 1837 near the southernmost tip of the island. Around the lighthouse, there were several sculptures that appeared to have been created from driftwood and other items that were washed ashore. As we continued our drive from the lighthouse, we saw several more of these sculptures along the coast, and we also spotted more flamingos. Our next stop was Loch Bay, which was about a 15-minute drive from the lighthouse. The bay is a popular windsurfing spot that is known for its reliable winds and shallow waters. We found Lock Bay by looking for the prominent white windmill on our left and making the right turn at the intersection toward Jibe City Windsurf Center. The Windsurf Center offered rental services, lessons, and clinics for windsurfers of all skill levels, but we decided to just enjoy watching others participate. The center also had a beach bar and restaurant available. After we finished our visit, we returned to the main road and continued driving in the same direction. We wanted to head back toward the downtown area of Kralendijk, so we soon turned right at the road with a sign for Foodies Bar and Restaurant. Continuing along the road, we saw more wild flamingos and eventually arrived at our next stop, Van den Tweel Supermarket. We visited Van den Tweel to purchase some Dutch treats to try with friends back home, and we were thrilled they had an extensive assortment available, including stroopwafels, speculoos, and Lay's potato chips that were flavored with a popular Dutch condiment. In total, we spent about $22 US, picking up a variety of treats. After leaving the supermarket, we headed to the final destination for our visit, the Donkey Sanctuary. The sanctuary was founded in 1993 to provide a safe and sustainable environment for Bonaire's donkey population, which had been facing issues such as starvation, dehydration, and mistreatment. The sanctuary is now home to over 400 donkeys, all of which have been rescued. The donkeys live in a natural and spacious habitat where they are provided food, water, and medical care. Driving through the park in our rental car, we were able to interact with many of the freely roaming donkeys. The friendly animals eagerly approached our car, sticking their snouts through the windows in search of treats. We all thoroughly enjoyed petting the donkeys, especially our Jelly Bean. The sanctuary allowed automobiles, golf carts, scooters, and bicycles. And admission was $9 US for adults and $4.50 US for children under the age of 12 during our visit. After an enjoyable 5 hours of driving around Bonaire, we returned our rental car, quite a bit more dirty than when we picked it up, and walked the short distance back to our ship. If you're interested in more information about our day in Bonaire, we've linked to some sites we found useful for planning in the description below.